You're with David Astle here on ABC Radio Melbourne and WA Radio. Welcome to you all. We're very shortly going to introduce now my two next guests. In fact, let's do it right this minute. It is who's just joined us, two beautiful musicians in Callum Watson, who is an award-winning pianist, composer and producer, specialising in both jazz and classical music. Welcome, Callum.
Hello, David. How are you going?
I'm very well. And Isabella, I understand, who is helping out with vocals, or you have an instrument as well in your kit?
Just vocals tonight. Yep.
Okay. Welcome to you both. And congratulations to Callum. You've just been chosen to perform at the Melbourne International Jazz Festival on June 5, so 5 days' time, in fact.
Very exciting, yeah.
Will you be driving back in between time to Geelong? Or?
Oh, yes, doing the big trek.
How would you prepare for something like that? Because in fact you've been selected as essentially let's just put a rising talent in the jazz circles. It's a very exciting recognition. The show is called Small Fish, Big Pond. I'll give you details of that coming up. But how would you, the 5 days you've got, is it a case of practice, or are you sort of in a different headspace altogether?
Well, it's like 6 hours practice a day at least.
Yeah.
Trying to get a good concept for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And just getting yourself into a great mindset. Yeah.
It's you've got, as I say, you're from Geelong, the Surf Coast. Has jazz always been in your family, in your blood?
No, it's just me now.
It's and Isabella, you've got a jazz background as well?
Actually, no. Myself, I normally just play pop music, actually, so acoustic pop kind of stuff, yeah.
Now, you've brought a piano in. Have you got a song that you'd like to play for us?
I have. It's quite an interesting one. This is a bit of a pop jazz fusion.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I brought in this lovely jazz pop singer.
Okay, what's the name of the song, Callum?
It's If I Were a Boy by Beyonce.
Okay, and this is a jazzified version of it?
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit different.
Okay. All right, so if you'd like to set up, I'm going to give you the introduction. Are you ready for it? This is Callum Watson on piano, and Isabella, what's your surname, Isabella?
Khalife.
Isabella
Bit of a
Khalife.
confusing one.
No, not at all. Doing the wonderful Beyonce song, If I Were a Boy.
If
I Were a Boy. This is Callum Watson and Isabella Khalife.
If I were a boy, even just for a day, I roll out of bed in the morning and throw on what I wanted and go. Drink a beer with the guys and chase after girls. I'd kick you with who I wanted, and I'd never get confronted for it, 'cause it's stick up for me. If I were a boy, I think I could understand how it feels to love a girl. Swear I'll be a better man. Listen to her, 'cause I know how it hurts when you lose the one you wanted, 'cause he's taking you for granted, and everything you had got destroyed. It's a little too late for you to come back. She's just a mistake. Think I'll forgive you like that if you find out a way for you. You thought but you're just a boy, and you don't understand how it feels to love a girl. You'd swear you'd be a better man. You don't listen to her. You don't know how it hurts when you lose the one you wanted, 'cause it's taking you for granted, and everything you had got destroyed. But you're just a boy.
Well, you lied to me, Isabella. You said you didn't bring an instrument in, but you brought your beautiful voice.
Thank you very much.
It's exquisite vocals. And Callum, that you just transform and you suddenly connect with that keyboard. Your entire personality just suddenly becomes completely animated. You're a very cool, calm young man sitting there in a velour jacket, and suddenly you become this alchemist. It's a really beautiful rendition.
Oh, thanks very much.
It's I've got to ask you both. I mean, the fact is that you have been, Callum, you've been selected as this as part of this Small Fish Big Pond concert, this celebration. How old are you? You sort of both seem to be very much in your early 20s. Is that right?
I've just had my 21st birthday.
21st, that's as early as 20s as you can get.
That's
and Isabella, you're similar vintage?
21, yeah.
Did you meet at school?
No, actually. Met through, I don't know, some gig connection or something.
Yeah. I run the Carry Market in Torquay.
Yeah.
I booked her once and I liked it very much.
Fantastic. No, I can tell. You two connect really well. Is it, and how is it, I mean, with your own jazz background, Callum, how do you sort of select pop songs that have that sort of jazz ability about them?
Well, it's all about the melody. The more melodic content, the more you can harmonise it, and the more you can make it nice and rich.
Now, giving away my vintage, I was surprised to see and delighted to see that you've also got Blondie as part of your repertoire, which was the Blondie song that had the most sort of jazzy melody to it.
One way or another.
One way or another. He was, I think, hanging on a telephone, but no, what would I know? No, that just would not work. What's the what's the sort of jazz scene like, or the sort of music scene like down on the Surf Coast?
Well, there's a small community of us, but I'm trying to make it grow. I've started this new event in Geelong called Fringe Sundays, and I've got an event coming up this Sunday where we're exploring this pop and jazz fusion. So slowly growing the scene.
Yeah, you are. And Isabella, you've been implicated in that fusion event?
Yeah, for this Sunday is the first one, so I'm pretty excited to be part of that. Yeah.
Just to give people a few details about that, if they are in the area, what's it? Where is it happening on Sunday?
It's happening this Sunday, 2 p.m. at the Black Hat, which is in the Geelong CBD.
And Isabella, are you part of your own band, or you're a soloist or songwriting yourself?
I'm a soloist at the moment. Yeah. Just do my own songwriting, and yeah.
At 21, both of you, are you studying music? Is that? I'll ask you, Isabella.
I finished studying. I'm actually teaching music now. So yeah, it's pretty exciting.
It is exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Was it you just turned 21 as well?
I turned 22 this year.
Oh,
so.
there you go. Okay. Well, you're the senior in the duo here. Callum, what about are you studying music? Are you sort of doing other things?
I'm studying and doing other things, but I'm over at the Sir Zalman Cowan School of Music up at Monash.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that keyboard that you brought in, is that your own, or is that something?
That's mine.
Okay,
yeah.
I wasn't sure whether.
My pride and joy.
Yeah, I can tell. Have you ever tried busking with that?
Oh, that's quite a. No, I don't think you could.
No, you couldn't. I
wish I could.
No, is it because it's the sound system is too elaborate to set up on the street?
Yeah, it's got like 12 samples per note. It's just, yeah.
Okay.
Perfect for radio, though.
And maybe that's where the bagpipes come in. Where do bagpipes possibly fit into your... I mean, the fact is you clearly are a very musical and intuitive player. Bagpipes, of all things, seem almost a threat to that.
Oh, yes. It's just the Scottish heritage. Obviously, I'm Callum, so... and my granny's Scottish. She kept pushing me, and I love it now.
You love it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of what I do.
Has it helped with your breathing at all?
Yeah, I've developed quite big lungs.
Now, I've just have you got another song in the for us to play?
I do have a solo piano tune to promote the Jazz Festival.
Okay. And look, I'll just tease people with details. This, again, apologies to WA listeners, but it's the Melbourne International Jazz Festival. It's happening, in fact, next week on June 5. And part of the Callum will be part of a show called Small Fish, Big Pond. Details are to be found at melbournejazz.com. The name of the club that Callum will be playing in is called Dizzy's Jazz Club. So it's a kind of promo and a foretaste. What song have you got for us, Callum?
Well, this is a nice old jazz standard by Velázquez, a nice Mexican songwriter called Besame Mucho.
Okay.
Kiss me much, it translates to.
Kiss me lots. Kiss me lots. Okay. That's you've heard it first. And no vocals on this one, Isabella. So you can sit back like all of us here and enjoy the song. Enjoy the song. Away you take it, Callum. Callum Watson, Besame Mucho is the name of that track, and you can hear more of Callum if you are in the Melbourne area at the Melbourne Jazz Festival. Head for that site, melbournejazz.com, and Callum will be performing as part of the Small Fish Big Pond event. That's happening on June 5. And you can also hear both Callum and the wonderful Isabella Khalife with her melodic notes at the Black Hat Hotel. That's happening this Sunday. Fringe Sundays is the name of the event, and that fuses jazz and pop, and that's happening, what time is that, the Black Hat?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. Well, thanks to you both for dropping by.
Thank you very much.
It's been a delight to meet you both and to hear the wonderful music that you have put together. And all the best with the Fringe Sundays and with the Jazz Festival.
Thanks very much.
Callum Watson and Isabella Khalife.